Hey y'all, welcome to Tanya Rochelle Boss Life. Thank you for tuning into my channel. My name is Tanya Rochelle, and I'm inviting you in today to my kitchen. Today I'm actually baking, so my business is Rocky Mountain Cupcake Experience. I bake custom cakes, cupcakes, wedding cakes, cookies, you name it. That's my business, and that's what led me and motivated me to create the channel Boss Life. Boss Life is meant to motivate, encourage, uplift, and inspire men and women all across the world to walk in your purpose and calling of what God created you to be. So, of course, God created me to be a baker, so I'm inviting you in today. This is a part of my everyday life. This is what I do almost every day, is bake. So I pretty much just want you to see what a day in the life of an entrepreneur looks like, or someone that's running their own business, or whatever it is that you do. I just want to encourage you to follow your dreams and walk in your calling. This has been a dream for me. I've been baking pretty much all of my life, and I've been led to create a channel about it and to invite you into my home in my life so that you can see exactly what it is that I do each and every day. So let's go ahead and get started. So today I will be baking custom cookies for graduation. I've already pretty much pre-made the dough. I have my mixer here where I went ahead and I put all of this together last night already. So on another video I'll walk you through the steps I make to create my cookie dough and all the ingredients that I put in. But as for now, today, I just wanted to invite you in the kitchen just to kind of see what I do each and every day. This is my business, and I also want to speak to you a little bit about my story, how I got started, and introduce myself to all of you that are looking to walk with me and follow me on my journey with Boss Life and a home-based bakery business. So again, this is the dough that I pre-packaged. I have my gloves on, y'all. Pre-packaged, pre-made. I made this dough last night, packaged it, refrigerated. It's good if you refrigerate it overnight. That way it settles and you can roll it out to the right consistency. Some people say to go ahead and make your dough and then chill it for 3 to 4 hours. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So basically what I do with the cookie dough is I have all my counters wiped and clean and everything. I go ahead, I have my flour here. So everything that I have for today is going to be, I have a cookie cutter, which is a round cookie cutter. I have parchment paper. I have my cookie sheet pans, which are super, super good pans. I'm not endorsed right now, but these are Black & Decker pans, so they are top of the line. They're heavy. They're going to cook your cookies just right. So what I advise is when you're investing into your equipment with what you're baking with, make sure it's always good, sturdy equipment, like whether it be your cake pans, cookie pans, cupcake pans. I like heavy stuff. Like, I'm old school. My grandmother always had really heavy pots and pans and iron skillets and stuff like that. So I believe in investing in the good stuff. That way your product can come out top tier. So the first thing that I do is I take a little bit of flour and I go ahead and lay some out on the counter right here. What I'm going to do with that is I'm going to put my cookie dough that I made last night. I'm going to sit it on the top of it, and I'm going to begin to roll these cookies out so that we can get them ready for the oven for my customer. So basically that's what I'm doing here. So cookie dough can be really sticky, as you can feel. So what I like to do is sit it on top of the flour on one side and then actually flip it on another side so that it can be ready to begin to be rolled out. I have an old-fashioned rolling pin I believe in doing a lot of things by hand. If you've seen some of my videos, you might even see me using a hand mixer most of the time because unless the order is super large, that's when I use a more large mixer or industrial mixer type equipment. So yeah, so I have the cookie dough here. I'm gonna go ahead and get my parchment paper ready on my cookie sheets so that after I cut the cookies, I can go ahead and get those lined out as well. So today I thought that I had parchment paper, but I didn't have any parchment paper. I'm like, I was ready to get this video started and ready to get these cookies in the oven. Searched high and low in my cabinets, and I guess I baked so much I have ran out of parchment paper. So I actually had to run to the grocery. So I actually, as I was saying, I had to go to the grocery store, get some more parchment paper, and that happens to, you know, the life of a baker is not always fun because for some reason or another, it's like you always need something. It's like you don't have vanilla, like, you know, I guess I should keep better track of inventory, but I bake so much, I run out of a lot of stuff quick, so I have to go to the store, get my parchment paper so that I could create this video for you guys. So I got my parchment paper now. I have everything that I need. These cookies are going to be custom graduation cookies. So basically what I did was I created some images for my customer. She's having a graduation party for her daughter. So it's going to have the high school emblem on there, and it's going to have her new college emblem that she's going to on top of the cookies. So these are the type of custom cookies that I make. They are created on my edible image printer, which is made of sugar sheets. So the sheets are made of sugar, so they're perfectly edible, but you get the perfect design that you want for your edible image. So I do a lot of these cookies for people if they're wanting like logos done. I've done them for department stores, jewelry stores, like, you know, if a person wants their logo to be exact, that's a good reason to print those images off on an edible image machine so you can get that perfect image. So far, a lot of people have been really happy with that. Okay, so we'll get started. Just kind of rolling out my dough right now. When you make sugar cookies and you roll out the dough, you don't want the dough to be like super thin to where when it bakes, it's going to be like super crispy and crunchy. I like making sugar cookies that are thick and chewy, super soft. So I make super soft sugar cookies, and they're very thick. I like to make royal icing to go with those because they just look really good when they settle on top of those type of cookies also. So bear with me, just doing my thing, y'all. What I do almost every single day, which is baking. It's therapeutic too. Like right now in the background I have jazz music going, and sometimes when you're baking, or you know, it's just like art. Like it's therapeutic. It gives you time to think, and you can really put your art and your skill into, you know, what you're doing. You can give it your all, you know, and give it your very best, and it relaxes your mind. So yeah, so go ahead, get this baby all rolled out here, and then gonna remove one of these parchment papers and put it onto the other cookie sheet behind it there. Usually when I'm not recording, I'll go ahead and cut my parchment paper with scissors. That way it's the exact shape. Right now it's a little off. Y'all bear with me because this is my first video, so it's probably not going to be the very best, but it's okay. I'll learn as I go. So I hope some of you guys will follow me on my journey. I know a lot of you have already followed me on Facebook, where I post a lot of inspirational stuff, and I post a lot of stuff about entrepreneurship and being a business owner and working for yourself and stuff like that. So follow me on this journey, because if I stick to this next year, it's not going to look the way it does this year. I'll get a whole lot better. So just stick with me, bear with me, y'all. So I'll begin right now lining out these circles, and I want to do 12 cookies. So I'm just going to go around the outer lining of this dough that I've rolled out to see if I can get 12. And if I can't, I'll just have to re-roll the dough, roll it back out, and then cut out some more. So far I have 6. So it looks like we're going to get 12 cookies out of this, possibly more. And they're fairly thick. I would say about 3/4 of an inch thick, possibly, ish. So just kind of cutting the circles out here. I hope you all are having a good week, and you know, everything has went well for you during the work week. You know, I hope you have many blessings that you've encountered this week and good things that have happened to you. So now I'm just kind of pulling apart the dough away from these. And this is what my cookie looks like. It's round, if you could see that. It's round and it smells so good. Oh my gosh. I'm a cookie dough lover, so I could just eat one of them right now, like the cookie dough plain. But so I'm just going to go ahead and line out my pan here with 12, with a dozen cookies, and we'll go ahead and get that put in the oven here in just a moment. Okay, so out of that batch, I was able to get a little over a dozen cookies cut out of the circle. But of course, we don't want the rest of this cookie dough to go to waste. So I'm just gonna re-roll this and see how many cookies I can get cut out of this. So this is the dough, the actual sugar cookie dough that I made last night. And these cookies are so much fun to make. Now, after I roll the rest of these out, I'm going to go ahead and get these in the oven so they can start cooking. And it only takes a few minutes for them to cook, like 4 to 5 minutes, I'll say. I cook them at 350. So 4 to 5 minutes, 350 in the oven. Make sure you keep a close eye on them. Set your timer. I set my timer a lot because I'm bad at letting stuff burn. I take myself through a whole lot of grief. You know what I'm saying? Like, a whole lot of unnecessary stuff that happens when you're baking doesn't have to happen if you're just smart about it. I've learned the hard way. I've started using my timer, being more, you know, because you're all over the place when you're baking. You might throw something in the oven and then get started on another project. So yeah, so it looks like I have 2 dozen cookies out of this batch. We'll go ahead, I'll get those in the oven. I'll show you what these cookies look like on the pan before and after, and we'll go from there. Okay, y'all, so I got 2 dozen cookies rolled out, cut up, put on the pan, so they're ready to go in the oven. They're ready to be baked. I'm going to go ahead and clear some of this junk out the way, like just loose, like you know, plastic wrap. There's a whole bunch of flour and stuff here, and I always start each new roll of cookie dough, like I have some scraps and stuff right here, but I start each new roll of cookie dough fresh with some fresh flour. I lay out a fresh package of cookie dough that I'll be taking out of the refrigerator in just a little bit here. But what I want to do is I wanted to go ahead and introduce myself, tell a little bit about my story and how I got started. So again, my name is Tanya Rochelle. The name of my channel and the name of my coaching business is Tanya Rochelle Boss Life. I am the owner and founder of Rocky Mountain Cupcake Experience, where I make custom cakes, wedding cakes, birthday cakes, cupcakes, cookies, you name it, all the way down to sweet potato pies, cinnamon rolls, you name it. I pretty much make everything. I have been baking since I was a young girl, since I was about 8 years old. I was raised by my grandmother, who is from Memphis, Tennessee. She's no longer with us. She passed away in 2020. So I am her legacy. I am carrying on what she's taught to me and she instilled in me as a little girl. And this is my passion, and this is, what's in my heart. I've always baked. She taught me how to bake. She cooked a lot. She was in her kitchen, always cooking. We had a large family. I was her granddaughter, but she had 7 children of her own, and I was like the youngest one of the family that she just kind of took on, and I was pretty much raised by her. So she taught me everything I know. I was fascinated when she was in the kitchen as a young girl, and I was always with her everywhere she went. I was like her shadow. So she saw that I was fascinated in baking, and she started teaching me bit by bit, like, come here, I want you to stir this up for me, or, add some butter and some melted butter in this, or some milk in that, or this, how much flour. And she just kind of started teaching me along the way. So this is pretty much instilled in me. This is what I know. I know how to do it naturally. I don't really need measurements to bake or anything like that. I bake like they do down south. A little taste of this, a little taste of that. I cook the same way. So I pretty much know how to cook without needing a cookbook or anything, which is a blessing. A lot of people, they need the step-by-step on how to do everything. For some reason, I kind of just know how to do it. Now, I don't even know how to explain that. So anyways, fast forward. I was raised by my grandmother. I've been baking all my life. Even as an adult, each and every job that I held, I've always been known as the cake lady, because whatever desserts I brought in, people loved my desserts so much that they would order desserts from me and ask me if they could pay me, to make a cake. So this has been, since my boys have been little that I've been doing this. So every job that I worked, I'm always coming in with a cake on my shoulder or cakes in the car. So this has followed me, and this is kind of what I'm known for. Fast forward that, I took a leap of faith back in 2022 to quit my job, to completely start my bakery, to have faith in God, allow myself to walk in my calling and my purpose. And everything was going great, pretty much. I had begun to get lots of orders, and things were going good, but then I ran into some health challenges to where I had to have several surgeries to where it slowed me down once again. And then I had to go back to the workplace just to pretty much obtain insurance and stuff like that to take care of my health issues. So with that being said, I decided to not give up on my dream and to continue baking no matter what. I told myself I'm not going to turn down any orders. I have customer at this point now, 20, 30 years down the road here in Colorado, I have a customer base and people that want me to bake their stuff for them for their occasions. So I promised myself that I would not turn down any more orders, no matter what the health conditions were, that I'm going to persevere and press forward in what God called me to do. So with that being said, here we are today. When I decided to take that leap of faith and I decided to not turn down any more orders, whether that means I'm staying up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning some nights, sometimes working a full-time job, coming home, picking back up with the bakery. It's been a balance. I don't get a lot of rest. I'm always working, whether it's at my physical job during the daytime or whether it's at home baking. One day I hope to fully transition into the baking, and but yeah, anyway, so now with that being said, my business has boomed tremendously. I'm always fully booked. I get lots of orders. Word of mouth is spreading, and now I kind of need some help. So hopefully later on down the line, you'll see that I will have been able to hire on an employee, gotten some help. I have other dreams and visions that I'm looking to bring forward to catapult my business and to expand my business. But for now, I'm working the business from home. I'm going to commit to this YouTube channel, and we'll see where everything goes. Another thing that I just wanted to talk to everyone about is with the Boss Life channel, I'm big on vision and manifestation. So I do a lot of I am statements, and they're faith based because I am a woman of God. So I believe in the Bible and scriptures and everything that the Word of God has to say. So I'm big on promoting positive talk, a mindset change. Positive thoughts rather than negative thoughts, positivity rather than negativity. I do believe that you can achieve anything that you put your mind to. I'm living proof of that because, I haven't always, or we haven't always lived the way that we live and everything. But hey, we're here. A few years back, we were able to build our home from the ground up and, look into other avenues of becoming entrepreneurs and living out our dreams. So I want to encourage other people to do the same thing. There will be some days that I'm recording videos and I'm going to be in here in the kitchen, and then there's some days that I'll be in my Boss Life setting where I'm talking about vision boards and encouraging everyone to create a vision and put that vision in the front of you. And I'll speak more about that later on down the line on some videos that I'll create about vision and manifestation, but based off of the Word of God, not just any old vision or any old manifestation. Like, it needs to be biblical and it needs to be legit, because of course that's why God put us here on this earth, because He instilled something inside of us that He wants to birth. He wants us to walk in our calling. We were all put on this earth for a reason, and a lot of people miss the opportunity to be who God actually created them to be. So I'm blessed and I'm grateful that God called me to be a baker, and as well as an influencer and a motivator, and to inspire other people to do the same, no matter what that is that you do. You might bake, you might draw, you might do art, you might be a motivational speaker, you may do hair. I know when I was coming up, growing up, I used to do hair out of my apartment from early in the morning till late at night, and that's how I paid my rent, and that's how I took care of my baby, So I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit to work for myself, and I want to encourage others to do the same thing. I have a few plans for this channel, but like I said, I'm not going to go too deep into that. I just wanted to give you guys my story of basically why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I'm doing what I'm doing. Believe me, I am a very shy person. I don't want to be in front of the camera. I'm being obedient because God has put this on my heart to create this channel. I hope I'll be able to help someone. I want to come across as being real as well. So that's one thing I will say for anybody starting a YouTube channel. When you're starting a YouTube channel, don't be afraid of what you look like, what you're saying, all of the things that would make you want to be somebody else besides who you truly are. Be who you are, because the world is going to love you. And there's a reason why God created us all different. There's something about each and every one of us that's special. We're all gifted in one way or another. So don't beat me up too bad on this channel. Don't beat me up too bad on the videos. I'm just trying to help motivate somebody. And so I'm going to get these cookies out the oven. Again, my name is Tanya Rochelle with Boss Life. I am a vision, manifestation, and life coach, and I am here to motivate, inspire, encourage, and uplift men and women all across the world to walk in your calling and your purpose so that you can do the very same. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll show you those cookies in just a minute.
You don't act childish while you standing there with the crisp in your cup. And worst come to worst, keep this on the hush.
I know you see me on the video. I know you heard me on the radio. But you still don't pay me no attention. Listening to what your girlfriends mention. He's a slut, he's a hoe, he's a freak. Got a different girl every day.
My diner, I'm Mel and you're Alice. Spend the night in Little C's Palace. It be all good as long as you don't act childish while you standing there with the crisp in your cup. And worst come to worst, keep this on the hush.
I know you see me on the video. I know you heard me on the radio. But you still don't pay me no attention. Listening to what your girlfriends mention. He's a slut, he's a hoe, he's